Hey everyone, it's time for patch notes.
It's only 4 days late.
It's only 4 days late, but because it was 4 days late, we decided to do it on the same webcam.
That's a big deal.
That's our reasoning. So this is a special edition, and you get to see a picture of Dino Gnar.
Some might say this is a gnarly edition.
This is a Gnar the edition.
That was bad.
Anyways, Kyle's in town. That's why he's here. It's not just gonna be a thing if a patch notes is late that I'll fly him down to where I live, because not happening, Kyle.
I'm a strange guy in
He's
this
a
house.
strange guy in my house right now. Anyways, we're going to go over the patch notes, because what we do is we go over the patch notes to let you know what is important in the patch, even though this one's tiny and people were bombarding me for my opinion or something. So let's go over the patch, Kyle.
Corky, soon.
Corky, soon.
What does that even mean?
I know.
Is that a rework, or is that like, yes, he needs to be touched?
They buffed his Q, right?
Did they?
A long time ago.
Like a long time ago.
Yeah, but that fixed him. What are they going to? Are they going to nerf him? They're not going to buff him. Don't nerf him.
Well, his late game damage is pitiful.
His
mid game is godlike, and his early game's okay.
Well, then buff his late
Flatten him
game.
out a little bit.
That'd be it. All right, so Gragas is next. We're done with Corky.
Yeah.
Gragas is next. Changes to him in general. This helps more than you'd think. Updated recommended items. Whatever. He's played in like 4 different lanes right now. All in the hips. His body slam, Gragas, now always travels the full distance in the direction of the cast. Still stops on the first target it hits. This way you just can't accidentally short cast it.
Helps.
Cool story, bro.
It could also kill you sometimes, I guess. Because
Yeah.
you can short cast it on purpose.
I agree. Whatever.
Just getting a range for an ulti or something, I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. It's whatever. Anyways, next, Kassadin. His Rift Walk is getting nerfed. It's now the Rift Walk, not a Rift Sprint, as they said. It's instead of a 12-second cooldown, it's going to 20. Have they ruined him now?
No.
No? Okay.
He's just not banned. He's not ban worthy anymore, but he's still get max Rift Walk and then just ult on top of you and kill you.
Okay.
Mobility is not a huge factor anymore.
I guess they nerfed all the mobility champs, didn't they?
Yeah.
Thank God. Now it's all
Except
supports.
for LeBlanc, they made her damage go up. Anyway.
We'll get to that. Kale. Due to a bug, Kale is temporarily receiving
less
2.25 attack speed per level. This was reverted as soon as possible. Will be. Probably reverted by now. It's been 4 days.
Yeah.
So don't worry about Kale. She's a little bit better, though, from the last patch. So, not as epic as past, but still good. Next, we have Kog'Maw, who's probably the best late-game ADC. His base movement speed is being reduced. Oh, also, besides being the best late-game ADC, his level 6 is insane if you're a good player.
Yeah.
If you're not, then you suck.
First time build Sheen and just kill people.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Drop the madness. So a little bit reduction in his movement speed. That's not such a big deal because all the ADCs are slow. Although, except for him, he has no escapability. So, but 5 isn't the end of the world. Void Ooze, which is his E, has new particles. Looks more gross.
It does look pretty good.
So if you're into that.
Grossness factor.
Yep. And then Living Artillery bonus, the bonus base magic damage to champions is only 100% instead of 125. And the main thing this does here is it kind of takes him off a little bit at level 6 because his level 6 is insane.
Well, also, people like to play Kog'Maw middle for AP Cog, and that really hurts him there.
Yes, I also agree. I concur. All right, next. Zelulu Havimzi tooltip fixed to correctly state the polymorph duration as 1.25 to 2.25 seconds. Actual value unchanged. So it's just an update to the tooltip.
Yay, Meowkai.
Meowkai is next. Meowkai. Twisted Advance. It is now only going to be doing 9 to 13% max health instead of 9 to 15 on the percentage damage side of things. And then the ability power ratio of it is being reduced to 3% from 4%, so a little bit less damage on the Twisted Advance. And then on his ultimate, 10 seconds maximum duration. So you can only use it for 10 seconds, correct?
Correct. Still a must-ban top laner.
Yeah, unless, well, let's rephrase that. In the LCS, still a must-ban top laner.
Yes. Sorry, if you're very, very good.
Yeah, if you're very, very good.
Still, you just can't turn on your ultimate before the fight starts now.
Yeah.
And W in and have it up the entire time.
Yeah,
Gotta pick and choose a little bit better.
I understand that this duration thing will help a little bit, but 10 seconds, longer than 10 seconds, this is just late game team fight stuff, but even then he was usually popping it for the damage.
Well, there's a lot of things that are strong with him. Like he has heal, he has percentage damage, he has targeted CC, which is also a gap close. He has
he's got a lot of
damage
stuff.
reduction, AoE damage reduction.
Before everybody started playing him again, recently, when he got changed, he was always really tanky regardless as a champion. So and now that bursty movement is out, living long in team fights is in, which is why hyper carries are around. So
he's still going to be really good.
He's still going to be good, but the Twisted Advance does help less aggression in the top lane, the damage at least. So good help. Some changes to Morgana.
Not the ones that I don't think she needs these changes.
These are not the changes you're looking for.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
First off, her Black Shield, the base damage that it can catch is better at lower levels and 5 better at whatever. Well, 5 worse, let's say, but better for everybody else who plays against her. So instead of 95 to 355, it's 70 to 350. Kind of helpful. I think just an increased duration would have been better, but whatever. And then on the ultimate Soul Shackles, base damage on it is being reduced by 25 at all ranks, and then the total possible magic damage per target is being reduced by 50 at all ranks. So damage reduction on Soul Shackles, which makes sense since everybody's playing her as a support, and you don't need all the maximum damage nuking stuff from her ultimate. But I know a lot of you right now are swearing at Riot because they didn't do anything about her bind, which
we kind of talked about it earlier.
Yeah, it's a positive and negative. Like, it's a super slow moving skill shot. If you get hit by it in the middle of a lane, then you're bad at dodging, and that's kind of your fault. If it's a good Morgana, they'll do it correctly, but you shouldn't just get hit by random binds in the middle of nowhere. Like,
well, I think we agreed that we need to increase the mana cost of the bind because it's like 50.
That would
at all levels.
That would help a little bit.
And then also, I think if you flattened the stun duration a little bit, it'd be a little bit better. Because, like, you level it up in, what is it, 3.5 seconds max level or something?
2.5?
Is it 2.5?
Morgana.
We're going to check.
We can check. Because we can. Because America. It is 2 to 3. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a ridiculous amount of time. I think if they just flattened it to 2.5.
And it costs 50 mana and it's 90 at max. You could just jump at 10 at all those, and that would help a little bit. So it's 60 to 100.
I just think that for how much CC she has, and with, like we were saying, the hyper carry meta that's going on right now, the Black Shield just is huge.
Yeah.
So I think you either need to get rid of
Black Shield is
CC on.
It's 15 seconds at max rank, but she'll have 30% cooldown reduction.
So it's 12.
No, it's less than that. No, yeah.
30%?
Okay. Yeah, sorry.
11 and a half. 11.
Yeah.
So that's still a little bit too short.
It's such a good skill, too. I think people underestimate... Okay, I think people misuse it if they're not good with her, but Black Shield is an insane lifesaver. And, in fact, a shield. It's not just a you won't get hit by the stun or the whatever. It's...
Most
you also
CC
are
is magic damage.
Yeah, it's magic damage, so you're ignoring damage as well, which at level 5... sucking up 350. That's an insane amount of damage. That's like
you're basically blocking a Mumu's ult.
Yeah, that's insane. It's huge. So yeah, she's still strong. These help, but we'll see.
Still probably a top tier support.
She is, but like I said, if her binds are the only problem that's getting you, you just need to dodge shit better.
Well, most people just walk up and soul shackles.
You gotta punish her if she's gonna get that close, though.
Yeah.
So
like, she's still ranged. I don't know. She's got a lot of problems. She's a little bit too strong.
Yeah. Oriana's getting some changes in this PAX. PAX?
We're going there.
We are going to PAX. In this patch, in general, base attack damage is reduced. Now this makes sense because of her passive, which is really strong. It's one of those things like Lux where people don't use her passive enough early in the game to bully.
you can literally stay in lane, not have any mana, and still do decent harass.
Yeah.
With just Rados.
Yeah, because her passive gives you a percentage of her ability power as attack damage, basically, or as bonus damage.
As bonus damage. Yeah.
So yeah, you walk to lane with 40 AP, you have legitimate buff.
Yeah.
To just standard attacks. So that's not a huge issue really. It doesn't affect any of her other core stuff. Rango Tango, is going to get some changes. They fixed a rare bug where Rengar would not leap from a bush if he recently flashed into it. Fun fact.
Didn't know that was a problem.
Didn't know either. Head of Kha'Zix, Rengar now has increased vision range while in a bush with the Head of Kha'Zix.
Huh.
Interesting.
So that side quest is a little bit more valuable now.
Wow, about time. And then Thrill of the Hunt, warning indicator now appears even if Rengar is in the fog of war while stealth. In other words, if Rengar is within 1250 range of any opponent while stealth via Thrill of the Hunt, they will be notified. Warning indicator range from 1000 to 1250. And then the cooldown on this has been increased at earlier ranks to 150 seconds instead of 120, and then 110 instead of 95. Still the same at level 3.
Pretty
small nerf, sorry.
Pretty good nerf, I would say, though, because the fog of war thing is huge. Because you, like, how often are you not, like, are you going to see, like, would you have seen him? Like,
but you never
from a unique gank path. You literally don't see the exclamation point above your head until he's already jumped on you.
Yeah.
So that will help.
That will help. I'm just saying the cooldown part.
The cooldown is a huge part.
It makes sense though, because
2 minutes is not enough early game.
He's either going to get going or not going to get going at this point.
Yeah.
Because that's, I mean, if you're one of those junglers, I'm just assuming he's jungling. If you're one of those junglers who doesn't gank at 6 when you're a level 6 jungler, like,
or
the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like, that's what you do. Like Warwick. Like, if you don't gank at 6, what the hell are you doing? If you're just farming a Feral Flare, I'm going to kill you. If you're that jungler on my team. But yeah, that's where his bread and butter is. So you need to make your gank work, which makes sense because 2-minute cooldown, that's not that long for somebody who's going to guaranteed get into a fight and surprise someone. And like
usually, normally you guarantee a kill. I honestly think that
Bola is so easy.
Yeah, top Rengars will probably roam bottom now instead of middle with 150 second cooldown, just because
be easier to get
you get more with the gank.
Which makes sense. You need to make it work.
Yeah.
Next, Syndra, her ultimate Unleashed Power, fixed a bug where Unleashed Power's Dark Spheres were still dealing damage to targets who had become untargetable. Interesting.
Which helps, but most Syndras land their ultimate when they're stunned. So
yeah, so they're already dead.
Yeah, it doesn't really change anything. But I guess I can see where it would be a big deal, like if she hits you at max range and you
Zonias and you still get hit by like 3 orbs, you'd be like, no,
please.
I don't want that in my life. Next, we have Thresh.
Huge Thresh buff.
Huge Thresh buff. Flay fixed a bug where Flay would sometimes not move opponents.
Had this happen all the time.
Yeah, this happened too much, too often.
There's probably 1 out of 3 Flays when you would hook someone and pull.
You'd hook and you pull and you'd start to flay them and nothing would happen.
Yeah,
they just walk off and you're like, I can't do anything.
Good change.
Yeah, they need to fix that. It was a long-standing problem.
Oh God, not nerf to your boy.
No, not to Xerath. He's been so fun. Xerath, the delay between arcane barrages is fixed at 0.6 seconds between individual shots. You know, that's actually okay. I actually kind of wait. Because what happens is...
Well, because you see where the first shot lands and you're like, oh, they're going that way.
Well, no, here's the thing. Everybody does them pretty quick to try to get them off and kill them before they can out-juke them. I make them out-juke themselves, typically.
They're like, oh, I'm going to go this way. No,
I shoot it and hit them, and then they juke, and then they juke back, and it's right in front of them because nobody does this. They go, typically. So I can usually, I might miss the second shot, but I always
try to go back.
I always land first. I always land first and third shots, or as you've seen in the fog of war shots, completely random hitting people. So it happens.
It's true.
So I'm okay with it, and this is because that vision. Remember they could do the 4-shot or whatever. Yeah, that was stupid. So they fixed it. So that will prevent that, won't it? Because you can't double fast to get your 4th.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So this also fixes the other issue they were having with it. And then next we have Zed.
Zed buffs.
Zed buffs for people who like Zed. Not me.
Those people are still around?
They are. I don't.
Freaking
It's because he's a ninja.
It's Because it's Dade.
Yeah. Next, it's just on the ultimates. The Death Mark, the Unseen Zed, is the deadliest. When Zed uses Death Mark on a target, he dashes behind them, not in front of them.
Which is really good.
Which is helpful, because that means they got to get around you, and that's just extra autos for you and all types of fun.
Well, it makes it better because most of the mid lane champions will try to CC forward. Like, not like, just like thinking Lux.
Yeah.
Or like Syndra, they're going to try to CC that way, like in front of you, and then if you show up behind them, then...
The only time this helps somebody is if he does it close to tower range and it puts him in tower range.
But why were you all like ulting in the first? Like, I get what you're saying, but...
Yeah, that's the only time it would have potentially helped.
Yeah.
The other person. And then the unblockable Zed is the deadliest. Zed now ignores unit collision while the death mark is active on a target.
Which is really nice, because I don't know how many times I got minion blocked when I'm trying to slap someone.
Yeah, also annoying. So, they are buffs. It's not really damage, which I think, because back in the day they had him with way too much damage.
Well, he still has a lot of damage.
Yeah, he does. That's the thing. And they had him way too strong at one point, though, in this game.
I honestly think that Zed's going to see a pretty large comeback because of the hyper carry.
Well, good. I'm going to kill him. I don't like Zed.
I know you don't like Zed, but like he's just one of those champions that you could... His sole job is to kill Kog'Maw, or his sole job is to kill Tristana.
I bet if I played him a lot and got good with him, I'd like him.
I know you would like him.
I get to hate champions for fun.
Yeah. No one cares about
it keeps things interesting. Post-game
lobby.
Wait.
Oh, no, I'm still terrible. Keep going.
Yeah, it's still bad. Post-game lobby, we forgot to mention in 4.13 that we updated the buttons in the post-game lobby. Where the buttons now have modified look and the feel and the feel and the reason the murder marks.
No one cares.
Was a bit of cleanup.
It looks good.
Player behavior. Don't be a dick. I covered it.
Next.
Chat restrictions. Don't be a dick.
Covered it.
Custom lobby spectating. Increased from 2 to 4. Oh, that's kind of cool, actually.
I can't even think of the last time I had 2 people spectating.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. That's cool, but I don't use it.
Patcher speed.
Patcher speed.
Yes, Hoyt.
See ya.
Shots fired.
Shots fired. Fresh installs. League of Legends installs roughly 15% faster. Good news, but if you're watching this and you don't have League installed, I don't know how you got to this video first. Patches.
But welcome.
League of Legends updates roughly 7% faster. That's actually pretty helpful for some people.
Yeah. Audio engine.
They've actually been working on a new audio engine. I mentioned this in a weekly
roundup.
Weekly update league update. I forget what the name of my own show's on Curse. About the new audio engine. They've removed about 700 megabytes of files that aren't in the game. Fantastic. Good ones. The new engine is slimmer than the old one. The new engine will also increase a lot of other stuff later on for League of Legends as they update the game in the future. In case you didn't know. So the new audio engine is just a good thing.
The new Summer's Rift? Or?
It's for part of that. It also helps the files do new things too or something. And like sounds don't get meshed on top of each other and break. Because occasionally, you know how you like a sound will cancel out another sound?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's lots of stuff like that.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's very helpful. Bug fixes. Why wouldn't these be under other stuff? Like Quinn's E vault no longer causes weird text to appear.
Distance B?
Distance B.
Distance B 777254.
Is that why we always get that? Because
yeah, that should have been something. That was in for an entire patch. That should have been something like an on-off button.
It should have been. Pink words are pink again.
Instead of...
Who would have thought?
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, I guess. Fixed a bug where a game clock would occasionally become desynchronized, causing buffs to appear to spawn to... I remember this too. You remember that?
What?
Did you never see that? Remember when buffs were spawned at weird times? Maybe you don't remember that.
Oh, when was it 153?
That was happening. That was funny. That was a good one. Yeah. Upcoming sins. Well, they're out now, and they have been. We got the Dino Gnar.
Are we going to touch on Gnar since we've seen him for a few games?
And we have Hooker Fortune.
Oh, God. Look at those boobs. Look at those assets.
It would do so many things.
Let's be real.
To those duck hunting guns?
Yes. That skin is really, really cool.
And then we have Riot Kale, which I haven't seen. I haven't seen either of these actually in game yet.
The Arcade Misfortune is really cool.
Actually, I've seen none
Riot
of these in
Kale is kind of lacking, I think, comparatively to like the rest of their skins that they've been coming out with. Like when she powers on her E, all it does is become like a taser sword. It's okay.
That kind of sucks then.
Dino Gnar is cool.
Although I haven't.
There's a house.
Oh yeah, I did see that in the video though, but I haven't played League that much since I was gone. So That's why it's late. I was out of town playing other MOBAs at other game studios. Sorry. If you want to see me play it, go to my other channel. Promoted.
Press the subscribe button.
Press the subscribe button. It's down below in the description. To Badger and friends. Okay, thanks. Bye. But yeah, Gnar is out. I'm thinking 1 to 2 damage items, then full tank. Tops. Maybe just a Triforce then tank.
I'm thinking he doesn't fit at any level of play.
He's just weird. If you're really good with him, yeah, you probably can poop all over some people. Once people obviously get a hang of playing against him too, they'll start to understand what they need to do against it, which will be it's always a big thing when a new champion comes out. But the fact that you can't control when you go into your other form, I mean, you can,
kind of huge.
But you can't control as finitely as like Shyvana jumping in as a dragon, you know. That really takes away from actually being a huge threat. Because if you do engage hard like that, and the enemy team immediately just disengages from that fight, if they can disengage from the fight, then all they have to do is wait for you to become little and then they'll jump in. Or vice versa. They see you show up and you just use that, and they see you just transform and then they jump on you. So,
if you guys are looking for champions to play against Gnar in the top lane, because that's primarily where he's played, Nidalee, which is someone that you should already know how to play. And then, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but Quinn is really good against Gnar.
Well, she can shut down a lot of people in the top lane. She's just shitty late game because she can only
has no
duel.
team fight ability.
She has no team fight. So, yeah, great ult.
Or Meowkai.
Or Meowkai because he's strong. There's obviously a few others that would do okay. The other thing too is if he's gonna jump on you and deal damage as little form, you gotta exchange with him.
Yeah, you just gotta murder him in the ground.
It's the classic. You can't trade if you don't trade. Like, if you're gonna get hit, make sure they take some damage. Like, you can't just take free damage because you'll get bullied out.
You counter when he's big, you stay in ranged form as like a Nidalee or a Jace or a Quinn, and you poke him down, harass him, zone him, and then when he gets small, then you mark him if you're Nidalee, and you go into Cougar form and kill him.
You go like this.
Yeah.
Lots of this. But yeah, that's gonna be patch notes. That's patch 4.14. And
almost to Worlds.
We're getting close to Worlds. We're getting close to Worlds. Yes, we are. So probably, like I said, these are minimal changes. Actually, really nothing. I mean, the Z thing helps, and there's some other little things in here.
They're really just fine-tuning the game for Worlds.
They're tweaking things. They're gonna also be nerfing the people they don't want at Worlds to be overpowered. So they will nerf a few past the point where they should be, but that's for safety reasons for Worlds. So these tweaks to like ADCs and stuff. This is all World stuff. This is Caston. This is their nerf to Caston. So he's not a ban in every single game.
Well, because it's basically a free ban for what is it, red side or no, blue side?
Pretty much.
You have to ban him every game.
Yeah. So at this point they do that, so it's less boring at Worlds. Yeah.
So there's actually strategy to it, not just you have to ban Caston as this team, like as this color.
So yeah. That's patch 4.14. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this and learned a lot, and we'll just see all of you guys next time.
Hey.
Bye.